नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं वाचं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् जितं ते पुण्डरीकाक्ष नमस्ते विश्वभावन नमस्तेस्तु हृषीकेश महापुरुषपूर्वज सदक्षरं ब्रह्म यईश्वरः पुमान् गुणोर्मि सृष्टिस्थितिकालसल्लयः प्रधानबुद्ध्यादिजगत्प्रपञ्चसूः सनोऽस्तु विष्णुर्मतिभूतिमुक्तिदः यस्य नागवधू हस्तैर्लगितं हरिचन्दनं मुहुश्वासानिलापास्तां श्वास अनिल अपास्तं याति दिक्षु उदवासतां यमाराध्य पुराणऋषि गर्गो ज्योतिंषि तत्त्वतः ज्ञातवान् सकलं चैव निमित्तपठितं फलं तेन इयं नागवर्येण शिरसा विधृता मही बिभर्ति मालां लोकानां सदेव असुरमानुषा. We finished with the Adhyaya 5 where it was just a description of the different lokas that are there below the earth, and along with all of these patala etc. Our Sheshavatara is lifting all of this on his head. Tarhi Sheshaavatarasya varnanatu krita. And the tattvam behind Sheshavataram is tamasi tanuhu, yadyapi tamasi tanuhu, tathapi tatra he is one of Ishvara's amsha. He is a Vyuhavatara. He is one of the most principal forms of Vishnu, who always takes an avatara along with Vishnu whenever he takes an avatara. Right? So, Nagavadhu hastaihi lagitam harichandanam. He has harichandanam on his body, and as he is breathing, a snake's breath is supposed to be very heavy, right? So, as he is breathing, that chandana smell spreads to all of the dik, and it becomes like an udavasa. It becomes like a vastram for all of the Digdevatas. Garga Maharishi, who was the most ancient rishi, he worshipped Sheshavatara, and he understood the workings of all the Jyotis, that is nakshatra, planets, grahas, etc. And he has written works on astronomy. Nimittam also. Garga Maharishi is supposed to be the Purana rishi for that branch of the Jyotisham. Okay. Now we move on to 6th Adhyaya, Naraka Varnanam Harismaranena Sarva Prayaschitta Kathanam. So the first couple of shlokas, maybe until 40-50 shlokas, are description of the different narakas. This is mainly to understand what all mistakes we do. We may think that this is fine, this is absolutely fine, all that, but Naraka, workings of Naraka is completely different. That is why we say Gahana Karmano Gatihi. Karmanam Gatihi tu tatra Gahana Vartate. We don't know how that mesh of karma works. We think that we have not done anything wrong in this Janma or in probably some other Janma. But then that what we do today also has so many repercussions in many different ways. When we read the description of Naraka here, we can't, I don't know how much of Narakas we have to enjoy before we take another birth. That's how this Adhyaya is. But we'll take it as is, and with an academic interest, we will try to study it. The idea behind is, we try as much as possible not to be hurtful to others in any way. That's our goal after reading this Adhyaya. Shri Parāśara uvacha Tatascha naraka vipra bhuvaha adhaha salilasya cha papino yeshu patyante tan shrunushva mahamune. Tatascha narakaha. After this patalam, you have all the naraka. So patala paryantam tu tatra lokaha vartante. There are different kinds of worlds wherein people live. Both deva, asura, manushya, or asuras and manushyas live in different worlds in this patala world. The way he described it, it seemed swargadapi gariyasi ityukte. Tarhi patala paryantam gantum ichhatu vartate eva sarvesham. So everybody would love to go and see this patalam, how it is, right? So there could be people also taking different kinds of shariram and going into patalam to find out what it is. Now tataha cha bhuvaha adaha, below that you find narakaha. Right? Bhuvaha, so tatraiva krita papanam yatana uchyate. So krita papanam, wherever there is those people who have done papam, sins, if they have committed many papas, then these are the places that they have to go to. So papinaha yeshu patyante, where papi or sinners are being pushed into, tan narakan shrunu. Bhuvaha salilasya adhaha. Salilaha is tamogarta udakasya adhaha brahmandagata garbhodakatu urdhvam. So bhuvaha adaha, below this earth, okay, below this bhumi, bharata bhumi, salilasya adhaha, bhuvaha salilasya adaha, bhumehe salilam vartate. So there are two kinds. In that water, Bhumi goes and falls down and Varaha Avatara brings her up, right? So that Salilam is called Bhuvaha Adhaha Yat Salilam Vartate Tattu Salilam Vartate. Tadanantaram Brahmandantu Ekam Kosharupena Tatra Vidyamanam Vartate Tad Brahmandasya Adaha Avarana Rupataya Kaschana there Koshaha Vartate Yattu Jalamayam Vartate. You understand? So there is Brahmandam. Outside of the Brahmandam, there is an Avaranam, which is Jalarupam. That Avaranam is different from this Salilam or water, which is keeping the earth buoyant. So the earth rests on a water. Below that, that is Tamo Jalam. Tamomayam Jalam. It is completely dark. And within this, the earth sinks down and Varaha Avatara brings it out and makes it stand being buoyant on this, and makes it float on this water. So that Salilasya Adhaha. Below those waters, there are Narakas wherein Papinaha Patyante. Those who have performed sins are being pushed into those Narakas. Tan Shrunushva Mahamane. Listen to those Narakas. Now, he first names all of those narakas, and then for each of those narakas, he gives the sinners who go to those narakas. Okay? So, Rauravaha, Sukaraha, Rodhaha, Talaha, Vishasanaha, Tatha, so 5, Mahajwalaha, 6, Taptakumbhaha, Lavanaha, Atha Vilohitaha. Totally 9 are over in this shloka. Rudhirambhaha, Vaitaranihi, 11, Krimishaha, Krimibhojanaha, 13. These are all just take it as names, and as these narakas are being explained in the following shlokas, I will give the meanings for these names also, because each of those meanings are like Anvarthanama. What happens in that naraka are given. We'll go to the sins and then decide what it is. Before even understanding what sin takes us to this naraka, we don't need to feel upset about it. So let's just take it as names for now and then go into the details. Okay, 13, Krimi Bhojanaha. Asipatram Krishnaha, 15, Lala Bhakshaha, Darunaha. Darunaha is not a separate narakam, but it is just a Bhayankara narakam. 1 minute. Let me also take up the text here parallelly so that I am, I'm sure I don't want to be making a mistake there, to understand whether Daruna is Bhayankara or is it a name of this thing. Daruna is not the... Daruna is a name. Sorry. Yes. Daruna is a name. So where did we stop? Krimi Bhojanaha is 13. Asipatram Krishnaha, 15. Lala Bhakshaha Darunaha, 17. Tatha Puyavaha, 18. Then Papaha is another one. Right? Vanhijwalaha, Adhashiraha, 21. There should be 27 if I remember. Sandamshaha, Kalasutraha, Tamaha, Avichihi, Shwabhojanaha, Apratishtaha, Apratishi, 28. Yeah, okay. The number is done here. Now, Tatha Puyavaha, Papaha, Vanijwalaha, Adhashiraha, hi adhashiraha sandamshaha kalasutrascha tamaha cha avichihi evacha shvabhojanaha atha apratishtaha and then apratishtaha cha aprachihi tatha aparaha ityevamadayaha cha anye narakaha. He has only mentioned 28 narakas for us, but he also says there are more than this, which are even more bhrishadarunaha, which are even more cruel or bhayankaram. Right? It induces more fear in us. If we know all these, we will try to avoid doing, papam. That's why. Yamasya vishaye ghoraha shastra agni bhayadayinaha patanti yeshu purushaha papakarma ratastu ye purushaha papakarma rataha santi. Those people who are constantly involved, rataha, those who are constantly involved in doing papakarma, in performing sinful activities, yeshu te purushaha yeshu patanti, those people fall into these type of narakas, which are actually yamasya vishaye ghoraha. They are very bhayankara, they are very ghora, that is, it is tough to look at them also. Yamasya vishaye ghoraha, they are yamasya vishaye ityukte, vishaya also means desham. It is the region of Yama, and they are the most terrible as far as Yama's rule goes. So Yamasya vishaye ye ghoraha narakaha vidyante shastra agni bhaya dayinaha. They give you bhayam, with fear with respect to shastra, weapons, and agni, fire. These are all terrible words which are present in the world of Yama, and they give you a fear with respect to weapons and agni. Yeshu patanti, in which those people, ye papakarma rataha bhavanti, te purushaha, yeshu patanti, those who fall into these narakas, those narakas are actually present within the region of Yama's rule. Yamasya vishaye bhavaha ghoraha shastra agni bhayadayinaha. Anvaya. Okay. Next. Now he goes to talk about each and every narakam here. Kuta sakshi tatha samyak pakshapatena yo vadet yascha anyat anritam vakti saha naraha yati rauravam. Saha naraha rauravam yati. Saha, that person goes to this raurava, this naraka called rauravam. Who is that person who goes there? Yaha kuta sakshi. Kuta sakshi is a person who says poi sakshi solrathu. 1 minute. Yeah. Who false witness. Yeah. Kuta sakshi is a false witness person. So, yaha purushaha kuta sakshi vartate tatha samyak pakshapatena yaha vadet. One who talks with a great favoritism. He is constant, he is not looking at being fair at all. There are two people fighting, he will only support the person whom he likes. It doesn't matter whether that person is right or wrong. Samyak pakshapatena yaha vadati. One who is constantly favoring one person only without regard to the truth there. So, yascha anyat anritam vakti. Anyad vakti, anritam vakti. A person who talks something or the other, or he is constantly anyad anritam vakti. Always talks about falsehood. He talks something totally different, or anyat cha yaha anritam vakti. The other person who talks falsehood also goes to this narakam rauravam. ஒன்று கிடக்க பேசுறது. இந்த அந்யத் வக்தி இத்தியுக்தே, one who does not talk what is expected but who always talks about something different from what the other person wants. தது அந்யத் வக்தி. Anritam Vakti, one who talks lies. So Kuta Sakshi Tata Samyak Pakshapatena Yovadet Yascha Anyat Anritam Vakti Saha Naraha Yati Rauravam. He goes to Raurava Narakam. Next. Brunaha Puraharta cha Goghnaha cha Munisattama Yanti te Narakam Rodham Yascha Uchvasa Nirodhakaha. Rodham Narakam Yanti te Janaha te Naraha Rodham Narakam Yanti. Those people go to this Naraka called Rodha. Who are all those people? Yaha Brunaha. Bruna ityukte Garbha. One who destroys, kills a Garbha. One who kills a person, kills a fetus killer, right? So Puraharta. That is why Ashwatthama is still there in this world continuously, because of that papam that he has done, right? He tried to kill a fetus, Parikshit. So Bhrunaha, Puraharta, one who destroys Gramam, one who destroys Pura, Nagaram, cities. Goghnaha, kills a cow. Yascha Uchvasa Nirodhakaha, one who kills by suffocation. One who in the movie காமிக்கிறதெல்லாம் இப்பதான் தெரியுது. You know, one who kills with a pillow on top, who just chokes a person. So by suffocation. Uchvasa Nirodhakaha, one who stops the breath of another person. All of these people go to this narakam called Rodha. Surapo Brahmaha Harta. Suvarnasya cha Sukare Prayanti Narake Yascha Taihi Samsargam Upaiti Vai. Yaha Surapaha, one who drinks Sura, intoxicant, alcohol. Brahmaha, one who kills a Brahmana. Harta, Harta, one who, Suvarnasya Harta, one who steals Suvarnam, steals gold. Sukare Narake Prayati, he goes to this Narakam called Sukara. Yascha Taihi Samsargam Upaiti, one who also has a relationship with all of these people who drink, who kill a Brahmin, who steals gold. All of these people go along with a person who has this connection with these people also. They go to this Naraka called Sukara. Rajanya Vaishya Hantacha Tathaiva Guru Talpagaha Taptakunde Swasrigami Hanti Rajabhathanscha Yaha. Taptakunde Gachati. So Taptakunda is another Narakam. Prayanti. Taptakunde Narake Prayanti. You have to connect with the earlier shlokas in some way to give an anvaya for all of these if there are no Kriyapadam available. Who are those people? Yaha Rajanya Vaishya Hanta, one who kills Kshatriyas, one who kills a Vaishya. You can't also take this directly, you know, like Arjuna who was fighting in Mahabharata war. Did he also attain that papam? It depends. We don't know how it works. We don't know how Yama gives the ruling for all of these people. So let's not get into that, because neither are we Yama nor are we a Kshatriya who have fought in Mahabharata Yuddham. Somehow something or the other happens for them. That's all. We don't know. Maybe they go to Veera Swargam, they walk through this Narakam and go to Veera Swargam. Hence they have seen all of this. That Mano Vyatha itself is enough as a papam for them. Right? Papam need not be a physical pain that you enjoy. It can also be a mental pain that you enjoy. Some people are being treated royally in their house, but constantly in their mind they feel they have been cheated, they have been attacked. And you know, there are people who live in their own mental prison. That is also a kind of experiencing papam. You don't need to physically experience all of these things. Right? The Rajanya Vaishya Hantacha, one who kills Rajanya, Kshatriya Kula, Kshatriyaha, Kshatriya Hanta, Yaha Kshatriyam Hanti, Vaishyam, Vanik, one who kills a businessman, Tathaiva Guru Talpagaha, Talpam ityukte Shayanam, one who goes to his guru's shayanam. That is, it means that one who approaches the preceptor's, acharya's wife in a wrongful manner, then he also goes to this swargam, the narakam called taptakundam. Swasragami, one who has an illicit relationship with his sister or the guru's wife. Yaha Raja Bhatane Hanti, not just a Kshatriya, but those warriors who protect this entire city. If you kill those people also, you will go to this Narakam called Taptakundam. Sadhvi Vikrayakrit Bandhapalaha Kesari Vikrayi Taptalohe Patanti Ete Yascha Bhaktam Parityajet. Taptaloha iti, this is the next Narakam. So Taptaloha Narakam, Narake ye patanti, ete patanti, yaha, the one who is a sadhvi vikraya krit, one who sells a good woman. Sadhvi, sadhu, a woman who is very sadhu, one who follows rules, one who is very innocent. Tadrisha mahilam yaha vikrinati, one who sells a woman who is very soft and innocent, very good-natured person. Bandhapalaha, a jailer. You can't have a profession like this also if you read this. If you are a jailer, Bandhapalaha, one who is a warden, jail warden. Kesari Vikrayi, one who sells an animal which has kesara, mane. This is not a lion, but it is a horse here. This is the first time I have seen the word kesari being used for Ashwa. Ashwa Vikreta, one who sells horses. Taptalohe patanti yahacha bhaktam parityajet. If someone is a devotee and you are supposed to protect that person, you have dropped that person, forsake that person, you have rejected that person completely, then also you go to this narakam called Taptaloha. Snusham sutam chapi gatva mahajwale nipatyate avamanta gurunam yo yascha akroshta naradhamaha. Yaha nara adhamaha, the lowest of people, naranam adhamaha, among persons, the person who is the most deprecated person, right? Who has to be completely shunned by everybody. Saha naradhamaha mahajwale nipatyate, he is pushed into this narakam called mahajwalam. I think I forgot to mention the meanings of names. If you take Rauravam, usually Raurava means something that is, shouting, or it is actually dreadful. Ruru iti jantu visheshaha kaschana vartate tasya ayam. So that, and the screeching madri irukkum. That animal, the mrigam, actually screeches really highly. So it's like such a ghora this thing for you. The next one is Rodha. Rodha nale, we understand the meaning of that word itself is as stopping. It also probably makes you choke because of the actions that you have done. You have killed someone through suffocation, then there also you will experience that kind of a suffocation here. The next is Sukara. Sukara ityukte pig. So Sukaraha is usually a pig. So it's a dirty kind of place, right? So which is only fit for pigs to live. Tapta Kundam. Kunda is a vessel which is very hot vessel. The entire Swargam is, that Narakam is probably like a hot vessel where you can't even stand. Your legs are all burning because you cannot stay in that heated vessel. Tapta Loha. Loha ityukte any metal which is heated up. That is probably just a milder form of this Tapta Loha. Tapta Kundam could be just a mild version of Tapta Loha. This is, or it could be similar, I don't know. So any metal
loha metal.
Sorry,
Tapta kundaha adala thanni sudu thanni irukano, loha metal illa. So hot metal,
sudu thanni irukano போட்டுருக்கா என்ன எங்க போட்டுருக்கு?
Tapta kundaha கன்னடத்துல குண்டான்னா வந்து குளம்.
குண்டான குளம். சரி, இங்க வந்து அப்படி இருக்காங்க.
தப்தான்னா சுடு தண்ணி குளம்.
இல்லை குண்டனா பாத்திரம்னு தான் அர்த்தம். தண்ணிங்கிற அர்த்தத்துக்கு வந்து குண்டாங்கிறதுக்கு தண்ணி கிடையாது. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு இட்ஸ் ஜஸ்ட் அ பேசின், அவ்வளோதான். இட்ஸ் அ ஹோல். இட் கேன் பி அ பூல் ஆல்சோ. It need not be just it can be a vessel also. Iron kadai is more like it. Yes, that is also there. It could also be water, theriyadu. Ana inge podalla. Sridhar Swami has also not given any meaning for that as water as such. So tapta loha is metal. Next one is mahajwale. இது புரியுறது. It's a great fire in which they are pushed. It is a narakam which is called a mahajwala. Who are all those people who are pushed into it? Snusham sutam chapi gatva. One who has a illicit relationship, wrong relationship with his daughter-in-law or his daughter, they go into this mahajwalam. Avamanta gurunam. One who disrespects their guru, acharya or elders. Akroshtacha, one who constantly is angry towards his elders. These people go to this narakam called mahajwala, which is like a great fire. Veda dushayita yascha veda vikrayikaha cha yaha agamya gami yascha syat te yanti lavanam dvija. Lavanam is salt. Probably they go to a narakam which is filled with salt. Salt nale it also creates one kind of irichal, burning sensation in the body, because the salt is not it rubs too much and it removes the skin on the top of us, whatever. So veda dushayita, one who dushayita ityukte one who nindakaha, one who abuses the veda. Yascha veda vikrayikaha, one who sells veda, either in the form of books or in the form of in those days he is not talking about books because it was an oral tradition. When you teach Vedas to another person, you are not supposed to take any vetana or salary in terms of fees. You are not supposed to take fees when you are teaching Vedas. So Veda vikrayikaha. If a person takes fees for teaching Veda, then he goes to this narakam called lavanam. Agamya gami, one who approaches a woman who should not be approached. These are for people, even for a wife, if she should not be approached on certain days, usually during menstruation and all that, you are supposed to not approach the woman for a relationship. And if a person does that, the Draupadi was a Rajaswala. She was a Pushpavati at that point of time, and she was in confinement. She was brought to the sabha and he actually pulled her, right? Those things are all agamya gami. Agamya stri tam prati yaha gacchati iti agamya gami. Lavanam yanti te dvija. He dvija maitreya. These people go to the narakam called lavanam. Choro vilohe patati maryada dushakaha tata. Choraha is a thief. Viloha is actually loham is also metal, which is one of the fires of one of the tongues of fire is also called viloha. It is reddish in color, so it is completely a red metal. So chora, a thief, goes into this narakam which is probably filled with red metal. Maryada dushakaha cha, one who also abuses does not maryada dushakaha shishtachara nindakaha, one who abuses a person who follows tradition or customs. A person probably has a certain traditions in his mind. He thinks this is his tradition and he follows it very clearly. We are nobody to question that. So if we are a person who questions that, then maryada dushakaha. Choro vilohe patati maryada dushakas tatha. Chariya, we'll stop with this. Narayanam namaskritya naranchaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vacham tato jayamudirayet.
Vishaka, I got that word. Kumbi Pakam கூட சொல்லுவாங்க.
அது கும்பாங்கிறது வந்து யா ஒரு தட் இஸ் இது இல்லையா பாய்லிங் வாட்டர் is kumbi paka. This is a lot of these things are actually found in Garuda Puranam in more detail and everything. Here he just gives us a very short version, luckily, and we don't read Garuda Puranam at home unless some death has happened, and only during those days we read Garuda Puranam to understand. Anyway.